The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description. In 2019, you had a little streak going on, right? And then the pandemic hit, everything shut down, and then you got your chance for the Contender Series, right? It was a huge chance, huge opportunity for you to get a contract with the UFC. You lost, but you came back. The next fight, won by knockout. Tell us about that whole year. It was a pretty crazy year, right? It started off a Contender Series, and then you won a fight by knockout.
Yeah, man. So PFL is selling this fight like the biggest Cinderella Man story in heavyweight division. So yeah, man. Uh, I think the secret of everything is never give up. You know what I mean? Uh, 2020 was a really hard year for me. I got COVID a week before my fighting contender, and 2021 I lost the fight for getting inside UFC, and then when you don't have a contract with a big organization, uh, you are lost. You know what I mean? You think you are lost is almost the end of the world, but I never stopped to believe, bro. So my manager called me and he said, "Hey man, I think PFL wanted you, but we need a win." And then I'm okay. Let's do this victory. And then
Mhm.
I did the fight and I won. And they get me the PFL contract, brother. So yeah, the secrets never give up, bro. And then I lost the first fight for Ante, and after that I changed a lot of things in my training camp. And then I beat Bruno, and then I don't know how, but I was in the same fight in the playoffs, and I'm here to 2 weeks to make a $1 million fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an incredible story. Let's talk about a lot of it. Let's start with the first fight in PFL, right?
Mhm.
It was against the guy you're gonna fight for the $1 million. So, what did you learn from that fight?
So man, to be honest, that fight was my first fight in heavyweight,
Mhm.
and when I get in United States, I was like, man, this is uh this is happening, but I wasn't focused on the fight. You know what I mean? I was more
Mhm.
focused about the PFL and people talking with me about me, and I wasn't focused. Uh, yeah, Ante has the old credits for the fight for his victory against me, but I didn't fight well. You know what I mean? And I think I proved this in the fights later this morning. You know what I mean? And yeah, he got me with a good precision and hard punches, but wasn't my best day. You know what I mean? And I think the judge was stopped the fight too early, but it is what it is. Uh, I don't want to, cry for this. This is the past now, and I'm just looking for this fight.
Yeah, there was a lot to learn from the fight. Like you said, I mean, you went there and you weren't focused on the fight, but you made a lot of changes. What were the changes you made?
So, bro, with my conditional, I changed my physical preparator here, and I changed my stand-up fight coach. This helped me a lot. So, uh, my coach now, he's a heavyweight guy too. He's a former fighter, former kickboxer, the best on my city. In his time, he was the best heavyweight in my city, and he teach me how to fight in heavyweight. You know, but in my opinion, it's just some points I had to fix. I mean, 90% of the heavyweights in the world can fight in light heavyweight, but they don't want it. They are lazy to cut weight. You know, and but I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling great in this division, and I feel great with my body. I'm with a good cardio. I'm stronger now, and I'm focused 100%, man. This is the first time that I just can't train. You know what I mean? PFL gave this condition for me. You know what I mean? With the money I earned for my last fight.
Yeah.
This is the first time in my career I just train 100% of my time. So I think we everybody's gonna see a different Matheus, and I will show to everyone.
Yeah, with the adjustments you made, the next fight you faced off against the former champion Bruno Capoloza, and you
Mhm.
were a big underdog. You won that decision. What were the emotions like after that fight?
Oh man, what's crazy? You know what I mean? Bruno has all his credit is for what he did last year there, and the tournament was just I mean was like a just for him. You know what I mean? Because last year he was a monster. So when I get there in USA, man, people don't give a shit about me. You know what I mean? Oh, who are you? Oh, so I'm Matheus. I'm gonna fight against Bruno. And people was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? People was looking at me like, Bruno will kill this guy the first round, man. So I closed myself in the hotel. Me and my coach with a lot of emotions, brother. But you know, it's not a hate in my heart, but I mean, I I I had to prove to everybody that I deserved to be there. My manager called me after the fight, and he asked me, "Hey, do you have some guy that you want to fight, or something like that?" And then I give it two names for him. I think a week later they put me to fight against the champion. But let's go. I don't care. I don't care in this level. In this level of competition, I can choose. And man, it was a lot of emotion. If I was spoke with my coach, if I cannot count him out in the first round, maybe people will say, he was a lucky guy, was his night. But no, man, I won the 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I make him he step back the 3 rounds, 15 minutes. Nobody in the Fokker row did it. Uh, even uh, even Giri Projaska, he don't make Bruno step back. I did it
Your confidence must have went crazy high right after that fight. Like
for sure, man.
the belief in yourself, right?
For
Sometimes,
sure.
fighters they believe in themselves, but they have to prove it to themselves, right? Inside the cage.
Yeah, man. In my case, I have to do this all my fights, brother. I work my mind. In the fight week, I have to to prepare myself. In my mind. You know what I mean? And I have to be confident. The crucial time for me is when they call me. In the backstage, hey, you are next, man. This time is crazy emotional. I start to scream. And I think I win this. I win the fight in this time. Before the fight,
Okay.
and was man, it was incredible. To prove to myself that I can be the guy. I can be the real deal. I think this is my time. I think this. I think I'm prepared, man. I prepared for shine.
Yeah. And the next fight, it was in the playoffs, but it was a crazy situation, right? It was like a short notice fight, and then they changed the opponent. Talk about that whole situation, you know what I mean?
Brother, crazy. In that time I was teaching, private classes here in Brazil, and I was lunch, and then I called my manager. Hey Nima, what do you think? Maybe we can have a fight for this year, maybe a showcase in the final because I beat Bruno or something like that. And then he said, yeah, I will try. I will call Ray Scheffel, and see what he have for us. uh 2 hours later he called me back, and he said, brother, you will be in the UK for alternate. And then, yeah, okay, perfect. But what is an alternate? And then he said, "Yeah, so you will be there if somebody get hurt, or you will fight." Then, yeah, I'm okay. So I start to search something on Instagram, because everybody put their lives in Instagram,
Mhm.
and I start to see some Bruno posts, and I start to realize that he wasn't put anything there on his Instagram about training. And then it was maybe he got an injury, but with the points in the two first fights, I did just 3 points, man. So I got the seventh place, and I had no idea. So I was like, man, I don't have to be prepared because they have the fifth place and the sixth place, and then me. I have no fucking idea what happened there, brother. But 2 days later, uh, I opened my Instagram and then I saw a post from PFL breaking Matheus Bufa will replace Bruno Capelosa. So I discovered the fight for Instagram. And I was
Right.
in the gym, and so I start to party with my friends, my partner trainers. When we get there in UK, they tell me the Russian guy, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Denise.
Uh, Dennis Goldschlag, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, they told me he maybe don't come to fight because of the war.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, yeah, okay, but who they will give me? And they give me the sixth place guy, Hyon Adams. Was best for me, was the better decision for me because Dennis was training, brother. You know, he don't stop to train because he qualified for the playoffs. So I wasn't in my best shape. I was fat. I was not good because I was like, man, I just fight of the year or maybe next year, and then they put me against a guy who wasn't prepared for that fight too,
Mhm.
and then I beat him. The biggest guy I ever fought in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know how is his weight in off season, brother, but Juan is huge, brother. He's huge. I was I was afraid to get in I get a fight against a guy like his weight is impossible to do jiu-jitsu, because it's too heavy. The jiu-jitsu doesn't exist. And I was like, oh man, so I have to make he feel tired in the first round, and then the second I open in the 30, uh I will beat him. So the strategy worked.
Yeah, yeah, it was a big win. You got the finish, underdog again. So when you go back home to Brazil, everybody, how was it for you? What I mean, every you return home, family and friends, they're probably like going crazy, right?
Brother, everybody's going crazy, brother. you know I like to be the underdog. In this fight I will be the underdog too, and my friends, they are so happy because all my fights they put money on me. You know what I mean? So for them it's huge, brother. They pay me
Yeah.
a lot of barbecues, a lot of beers, a lot of everything, and it's nice. And this is a great opportunity for me, brother, to change my life. uh I don't like to say sad stories of my life to people, because everybody has problems.
Yeah.
Everybody has difficulties in their lives, and but I want to be the guy who can tell people you can do everything you want in your life. You know what I mean, brother? uh my life here in Brazil is hard, man. uh I need to give my classes to pay my train camp, and as I said before, uh, with the money I earned in my last fight, I can just train it now. You know what I mean? So I think this is another level, a different step for my career, and man, I'm so happy. My family is happy. My father is happy. My sister, everybody, my friends. And I think every day I listen maybe 5 or 6 different persons said, "Hey man, you have a 5-4 meter now. Don't lose." You know? Maybe it's a lot, maybe it's a pressure for me, but I'm okay with this,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, it's a good pressure.
Yeah, it's a good pressure, brother,
Yeah,
because
yeah, you
it's a
got
4-4 meter.
yeah, because you got the good support, right? The support system. People are like there, they're supporting you. It's different, right? Some people don't have that. Some people don't have the support like that. They're kind of just alone with their team, but you have everybody surrounding you, pushing you. And it's like you said earlier, Cinderella story for the heavyweight division. Like, you fought him before, you lost to him. This is the rematch, but it's for the title, it's for the $1 million. You're the underdog again. You get to your chance at revenge. It's I don't know. They could make a movie out of this, to be honest with you.
Man, but can you imagine, brother? There's somebody make a move for my life, brother. Will be crazy, And
Yeah, man.
man, I want to be to people as my biggest idol. I want to be like Vanderlei Silva was for me. You know what I mean, brother? The first time I discovered YouTube, I saw his fight against Rampage Jackson, and I realized then I want to be like this guy. And now and now his kid Thor Silva train with us, and I have the opportunity to see Vanderlei every weekend, and we change some words, and it's nice, brother, because I wanna I wanna encourage people to not to dream hurt their dreams, brother. Uh, I was a dreamer. Now I am living my dream. You know what I mean, brother? This is so huge, brother. This is so beautiful. I can tell people that I'm living my dream, not just dreaming my dream. You know, I want to be remembered for this. Brother.
Oh,
And
you.
of course, the money is important, brother. Of course, I have no fucking idea what is $1 million, brother, but I know this is a lot of money. But I'm not thinking the money, to be honest, brother. I'm thinking just in my legacy. This revenge is the fight that I wanted. You know, uh, actually, Ante made me a better fighter, brother, because he made me to push myself. He made me to change my train camps, to train more. So I learned a lot of things in that fight. Actually, lost for him. Maybe in the future, I'll now not now, but maybe in the future I will tell people was a victory. And yeah, man, I'm prepared, man. I'm prepared to die there because I'm living my dream, brother, and I'm a blessed because I can live my dream.
How do you envision the fight? How do you envision yourself winning the fight?
Man, it's hard to tell this.
Mm.
Uh, but what I promised, brother, is a fucking war, man. I think I make some joke about this because I tell people that I am a box of gift, a gifted box. When
Mhm.
you open, you have a guy who give everything that our tournament need. So I move forward. I looking for the knockout. I try to be the best. I try to be a gentleman in the tournament. I try to make all the rules all time. And Brazilian, I'm studying more in English. Because I fight in America,
Mhm.
and basic things people don't do, but this is very important, brother. So the fight, man. I promise a war, man.
Mhm.
What I want is hard, but I think I want to 5 rounds, man,
Mhm.
to prove to all these motherfuckers that I can be the fucking real deal, man. Not a knockout in the first round and not in the
Mhm.
second, but I want to prove to everybody that people will see me, man. This guy's different, you know. He he, he's coming, man. He's coming. He has a great future. I think this is just the beginning. Last Friday, I made my third anniversary, so I'm 30 years now, and I think I'm the youngest, not the youngest, but I'm still young.
Mhm.
And yeah, man, if I can choose the 5 rounds, man, 25 minutes of a war, man, because Ante is a warrior too. You know, I respect him. I know he's coming for a war because he got a second place last year, and yeah, I think he'll promise a war too.
You're living the dream, man. You're living the dream. And like you said, you're only 30 years old. You're still very young. This is a huge opportunity. November 25th, PFL Championships, MSG, New York City. No better place to do it. Go download the AllStar app in the descriptions. Matheus,
Yeah,
thank you so much, man, for the time and being so open and talking about your journey, man. Like I said, it's a movie.
thank you, brother. Thank you. This meant a lot for me, brother.